I was diagnosed with sickle cell when I was about 7 to 8 years old, and I was always falling sick from one illness to the other, pain, cold, especially cold. So that was when I was diagnosed, but I didn't understand sickle cell until I was in just one. I met a teacher who we just got close and started talking to me about my health, and then she asked my dad. My dad told her I was SS, and then she came to explain it to me. Because I didn't really know what it was, I just knew I was SS. Because I remember in primary school, my friends used to call me Sickler. So I just felt Sickler meant someone who used to fall sick. I didn't know it had anything to do with the genotype. My parents didn't explain it to me, my teacher did. Pain, mostly. Pain in any parts. It could be my fingers, my joints, stomach pain, back pain, and then sometimes my eyes would turn yellow because I just felt because maybe I didn't take enough water. That's why my eyes turned yellow. But pretty much pain. I don't have crisis frequently. The last time I had crisis was July 2016, but then before then, I had crisis in 2014, and it affected my left hand. My left hand was like this. They're calling me Aka robot. Aka robot is robot hand in Igbo. So I couldn't straighten this hand, it was just like this. So that was crisis, I felt so much pain there. I was in the hospital for about a week, about 2 weeks I was in the hospital. Crisis pain is excruciating. It's very painful. It's like one is driving a nail into your bone, the hammer. And the person is not just doing it quickly, to drive in the nail, but slowly, so that you feel the pain, like someone is trying to punish you. You feel the pain, and then it goes deep. It will be like sometimes you feel like you can feel your bones moving. I don't know if it's psychology or if it actually happens. You think that a patient in pain, crisis pain, is just maybe exaggerating, but actually the pain is really, it's excruciating. When I was in primary school, I was called a sickler, and then I wasn't allowed to join in sporting activities like running, high jump, anything sports, anything that would entail, physical, work. I wasn't allowed to participate in. And I felt bad. I really liked sport. I liked table tennis. I liked to keep, for the football team in school. But I was never really allowed to do any of those things. And then in primary school, I was in Pink House. Pink House was the house for the lazy ones, the ones who were not fit. Now, why can't they put me in yellow house? Or purple house? Or blue house? The ones who can run and do stuff. Because they're always taking last. To house sports. So I was like, why am I in Pink House? Because I'm sickle cell and all that. Well, it really affected me mentally and of course psychologically. Because when you go out there and someone just finds out you're sickle cell, they just feel, oh, you're weak. So it really caused some kind of things in my head. I wasn't, at some point I was really depressed. What is this thing with sickle cell? Is it that when you're SS, you can't do anything with your life? You can just be staying at home and taking drugs and that's the end of your life. I didn't want to tell anybody about my genotype. I felt, okay, maybe I should hide it, I should keep it to myself if it was that bad. Because at some point I began to feel that maybe I wasn't able to do certain things. I didn't want to try new things. I didn't want to try certain things because I thought, okay, it might affect my health, which was maybe a lie. I'm not exactly allowed by some people around me to continue my business. I make smoothies and cocktails and small chops. So you can imagine the stress one faces, having to organize an event and do this and do that. So just feel you're not strong enough, you can't do this, you can't do that. Sickle cell management takes a lot of money. Maybe one complication or the other, surgery, because my brother had surgery. And I remember he paid a lot. And then the last time I was in the hospital, the bill ran into about 300 and something thousand there. You can imagine. So imagine someone else having crisis so often and having to pay, let's say, 200,000 per week or per stay in the hospital. I imagine happening like 12 times in a year. It's a lot of money. So right now, they call me Egg. And the name Egg wasn't formed because of my health, but because my friends said I had a round face like an egg, blah blah blah, and it was fresh and all. But later on, after my friends saw me in pain, the way I was crying, the crisis pain, like, this girl really an ego, please, oh. And after that crisis, everybody's like, please don't do this on me. Don't touch this. Hey, are you okay? And I can't do this thing. I'm fine. There's some people who just want to treat you like an egg, pamper you. And then there's some other people that will be like, oh, this is okay. Oh, she don't live long, so don't get too attached to this person. Before that person is gone. So I remember when I met someone and we were getting close, and then I told him about my genotype. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'm AA, so it's fine. But then he told his mom, I met someone, and he said the first thing his mom asked him was, hope she's not SS. Because his mom is a doctor. Like, hope she's not SS. And when he told me that, I was just put off immediately. But then some other people would embrace you and treat you okay, make you feel comfortable, and not make you feel like, oh, you're going to die soon, let's treat you well, or you're going to die soon, let's leave you alone. Some people will actually treat you fine. My routine strategy is number one, take lots and lots of water. Like I take water, I have a bottle now, the 50 cl bottle. So I know I take like 6, or at least 6 of that bottle a day. Take Paludrin, folic acid, vitamin C. Take lots of fruit. Rest well. Take a lot of fresh air. Take a walk. Maybe go to places where there are trees. Just breathe fresh air. And then I have to clear my mind, because mental stress can trigger crisis too. You have to make sure that my mind is sound. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not getting easily angered, because anger can also trigger crisis. As funny as it sounds, it actually can. I try to stay out of cold. So by my nightwear, I use my sweater, use my socks, and then I use my duvet. You have people giving you different responses about sickle cell, saying you can't do this, you can't do that. And I really hate to hear you can't do this. I mean, who are you to tell me I can't do this? So I simply went to where I know I've been talked about, that is in the Bible, and it says I will live long, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So I can do anything I want to do, but it doesn't mean I have to go overboard. I know my limits. Once I've done so much and I feel you need to take water, I'll take water. You need to go and eat fruits now, like I will do. You need to rest, I will rest. But anybody coming to tell me you can't do this, you can't do that, excuse me, you don't own my life. If I have some friends who call me on the phone, have you taken your drugs today? No, I haven't. I can't take it now. In fact, as I'm talking to you, let me hear you drinking water, swallowing your drugs, So it has really helped me, having such people. And then having people also who encourage you. I have people who tell me, what? Doesn't mean I'm going to die. Come on, go and do this thing. I like such people. They encourage me. It doesn't make me feel like, you soon die, because I'm not dying anytime soon. So they don't make me feel that way. So I have different categories of people around me, and I really appreciate how they've treated me thus far, supporting me, telling me you can actually do this. Okay, you've tried though, superwoman, you've tried, you're going to rest. Okay, Life to Sickle Cell is a Sweetly's signature initiative. Sweetly's signature is my business. And then I went to Sickle Cell Foundation. So on getting there, I met someone who needed to buy hydroxyurea, a sickle cell, a medication, I think to prevent crisis. And then his dose was 2 tablets every day, 2 capsules every day. And then he needed to buy 2 packs to sustain for a month. But he bought only 1 pack. And I asked, why are you buying 1 pack if you really need to buy 2 packs to sustain for a month? And he said he doesn't have money. And I asked him, so how will you take it? He said he'll take every other day. And I was like, okay. So there are some people who cannot afford basic medication. So I thought, okay, Let us raise awareness. Let's talk about stigmatization and other things surrounding sickle cell disease, and then also raise funds to provide medication and children living with sickle cell disease. So we wanted it to look like a picnic or like an event. And so people come, children have face painting, there's bounty castle, do spelling bee for the children, and then we invite a makeup artist. She's going to talk about her experience as a sickle cell warrior and teach makeup. But then we're also talking about sickle cell, talking about the major things, management, prevention, and we wanted to make it a bit entertaining, but still very informative. And I think we really did it because it was very interactive. People were asking questions. I noticed people were really engaged in the conversation, and I was really happy about the outcome. The government should try to work on educating people about sickle cell disease, because as popular as sickle cell sounds, it is not really understood by a lot of people. Because I asked an educated man, what's your genotype? And he said B positive. And I said B positive. That is not a genotype. So, let people be aware. Let some form of awareness be created, whether it's formal or informal. Let the education spread in different languages, in all the parts of Nigeria. Let it be explained to them. Sickle cell is not a death sentence. Having sickle cell doesn't mean the person is going to die the following day or the following year. Everybody is going to pass away, some way or the other. So but don't look at it as this person has sickle cell, this person is dying tomorrow. Let us not stigmatize, okay? And let us be informed. Let us know how to relate with people who have this disease.